What if I told you that one of the most quoted verses in the Bible was never meant to comfort you? It was meant to confront you, and not just you, but the entire religious system you've trusted your whole life. Because hidden inside Book of Micah is a verse that sounds gentle, but carries a dangerous message. A message that quietly dismantles performance-based faith, religious pride, and everything you thought made you right with God. And here's the unsettling part. Most people quote this verse without realizing it was originally spoken as a divine accusation. So, if your faith has ever felt heavy, if you've ever wondered, why do I still feel distant from God, even when I'm doing everything right? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see why this verse wasn't given to comfort religion, but to expose it. Before we even read the verse, you need to understand something critical, because if you miss this, you'll misunderstand everything. This verse was not spoken to atheists, not to unbelievers. It was spoken to deeply religious people, people who prayed, people who gave, people who followed the system, people just like many of us. So the question is, how could people doing all the right things still be completely wrong? The religious illusion. Here's the illusion we've all been taught. If I do enough good, God will accept me. So we build a system, pray more, give more, serve more, try harder, and without realizing it, faith becomes a transaction. I give God this, so He gives me that. But what if that entire system was never what God wanted? The verse. Everyone quotes, you've probably heard it before. He has shown you, O man, what is good, to act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God. Sounds peaceful, right? Encouraging, almost poetic. But what if I told you this wasn't spoken as inspiration, it was spoken as judgment? What no one tells you right before this verse. Something intense is happening. God is confronting His people. Not gently, not softly, but like a courtroom. He's asking them, what have I done to you? How have I burdened you? In other words, why have you replaced me with religion? The shocking context. The people respond with something chilling. They say, should we bring more sacrifices, more offerings, more rituals? They even suggest something extreme. What if we give our firstborn? Let that sink in. They thought God wanted more performance, more effort, more religious activity, and this is where everything breaks. The breaking point. God's response is not, yes, do more. It's, you've completely missed the point. And then comes the verse, not as comfort, but as correction. But here's where it gets even more dangerous, because this verse doesn't just correct them, it exposes something in us, something subtle, something we don't like to admit. And in the next few chapters, we're going to uncover it. The first pillar, justice, to act justly. Most people think this means be a good person, but that's not what it means. Justice in this context means confronting what is wrong, even when it costs you, not just kindness, but courage. The uncomfortable truth. Because justice demands something religion often avoids, accountability. It forces us to ask, where am I benefiting from wrong while pretending to be right? Systemic faith. This isn't personal morality. This is bigger. It's about systems, culture, power, and suddenly, faith becomes uncomfortable. Why this matters? And here's the question most people avoid. What if your version of faith is safe because it never challenges anything? Second pillar, mercy, to love mercy. Not just show it, love it, crave it, desire it, even for people who don't deserve it. The hard part, because anyone can show mercy occasionally, but loving mercy, that changes you. The inner conflict. This is where most people struggle, because deep down, we don't want mercy for others. We want justice for them and mercy for ourselves. the dangerous realization. And suddenly, this verse isn't comforting anymore. It's exposing something. Third pillar, humility, to walk humbly. This is where everything collapses, because humility means you're not the center. Ego versus God. Religion often feeds the ego. I'm right, I'm chosen, I'm better, but humility destroys that. The final truth coming, and in a moment, you're going to see why this is the most dangerous part of all. The real conflict. This verse replaces legalism with justice judgment, with mercy pride, with humility, and that threatens everything built on control. Why religion resists this? Because systems thrive on rules, not relationships. The invisible shift. And without realizing it, faith becomes external, not internal, the trap. You can look right and still be far from God. But there's something even deeper hidden in this verse, something most people never see. The heart of God. This verse reveals God is not after performance, He's after transformation. Why this is terrifying? Because transformation can't be faked. The personal question. So now the question becomes, where are you performing instead of transforming? The silent struggle. Many people feel this, but don't know how to fix it. The turning point. Because the answer isn't do more. The shift. It's become different. Final reveal. And now, we arrive at the part most people miss. The hidden warning. This verse is not a suggestion, it's a standard. The consequence, ignore it. And you build a fake faith. The invitation, follow it, and everything changes. The inner reset. This is where religion ends and relationship begins. The real freedom. Not freedom to sin, but freedom from performance. The final challenge. So here's the challenge. Which is hardest for you? Justice, mercy, humility? Don't just watch this and move on, because if this is stirring something in you, that's not random. That's a call. So I want you to comment. Which one are you struggling with the most? Let's expose it together. Community build. And if you want to go deeper, if you're tired of surface-level religion and you want truth that actually transforms you, subscribe. Because this is just the beginning. Because at the end of the day, God was never asking for more from you. He was asking for something deeper, not performance, but a heart that walks with Him.